Okay, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is the William Hessian art stream. Okay, so I just got an error saying that my first version of this may have gotten corrupted. Just in case it did, my this last hour here is going to be kind of not a redo, but I'm going to go I already was planning to go through it all again anyways, but now I'm going to just kind of make sure I hit all the spots so that all the patrons have a chance to kind of check out each thing and kind of know what prizes they want to pick up. So this is for the patrons. You guys get to pick out your rewards, customize your rewards, pick out any of the things you see behind me, depending on how many rewards you have. And if you want to, you can always go above your rewards and just pay the difference. And you also, if you're not a patron, you can be a patron. Just go to patreon.com/William Hessian. And anybody that joins my Patreon before the end of November, you get special rewards for this month, meaning you can select something here. If you become a bronze level, you get a patron point, which gets you something that's one of the items that are around $5. And if you become a $5 silver level Patreon member, you get something for 3 patron points, which is really a big bonus. And it's because it's patron month and then or rewards month, and then you'll start accruing more as you go. And if you become a gold level, you get you're already going to get a lot of points. So you triple your points for the first month. Kind of like retroactively, so you'll be way ahead. You can pick a lot of things. You can pick a big gift pack, and because I think you start off with 4 patron points right off the bat, so you'd have 12 to start. So it's a good way to do it. It's only for November, so consider doing it right away because you can pick up something real good right off the bat. Okay, and talking about the things you can get, I was just showing off these limited edition different prints that I made. We've got the one with the transformation of human to robot and human to plant, and then the merging of the two. It's called the Seed. There's only 50 of those, and there's only 20 of these. Turns out Thursday open mic things. Those are only 2 patron points. And once again, the print that's revealed for today, this is released today, is the art print called Ponder. So this is a foil art print limited to 35 patrons only for this first week. You can get it for only 1 patron point. Now normally these are 4 patron points, but that first week, if you claim it, you can get it for 1. So it's a really good deal. It doesn't come with this frame though. That's an extra one. These are tough loader frames. It will come in something like this. And for those that are watching, if you want to try to win the gold, this is a 1 of 1 gold. You could put gold prize in the chat box, and then you'll be entered to win that. So far I've got a bunch of people that are in that. At the end of the stream, I will do a randomizer and give that away. But this is the print for this month that just came out today. And it will be available to the public in 1 week, so you can check that out. And these are also available until they run out. So there's limited supply of these. These are also limited to only 35. This was the first month. I'm only making 12 total different prints. This was print 1. We're going to have a collection of 12 when we're done. That's called the Outbreak print. Hesimals, foil art print. Check that one out. There's actually a really limited supply of these left. So if you're interested in that one, make sure you act fast. Ruth Bader Ginsburg tribute. This was the October print in tribute of her passing. It was really sad. She is quite an important person. Then we've got Bearded Bunny prints. These are 2 patron points with the frame, 4x6 frames. There's a couple different ones. I got a reindeer one. There's a Santa Claus one that I don't see, but those are available as well. Here's the Sorceress. Bearded Bunny Sorceress. Pretty cool. We got one that's like a fly. Bunny fly. This one's based off of my friend Ryan Simonet, the musician. Check that out. It's kind of a cool one for anybody with the musician. Also, check out what he's wearing. A mask. And this was from way back So I feel like it's very timely. It's got a mask. It's got the TV that we all have to watch because we can't hang out with anybody. It's got our guitar, so we're playing music, we're watching TV, and we got a mask on to stay safe. So that's a cool thing. Here we have the book written by Michelle Bailey, School This Year. This is all about the pandemic. It's all about just so I did the illustrations. Michelle wrote it. It's an awesome little book. It's a really cool thing to share with people that have kids that are going through school in a pandemic and what to expect. And as we know, some of it's going to be distancing, wearing masks, washing hands, and maybe not being at school at all. Maybe it's a lot of online learning. This kind of covers it. As far as it's a really good way to open that discussion and talk about this is not easy for anybody, but that we can get through it. So it's a kind of inspiration, really just talking about the things that we're all going through and that it's difficult and it's unusual. And there's also a coloring book version, and you can actually pick these up on Etsy under social stores. So check that out as well. You can actually get a digital version of these for only $2, which you can pick up there. And if you want this as a patron reward, they are 2 patron points. So check those out. Another thing that you can pick up is I've got canvas prints. These are 4 patron points. These are nice prints of some of my most popular works. Really nice, really easy to hang. They're good quality, high quality prints. And because they're high quality and sturdy, they're also pretty light given the fact. So they're really nice. They hang really well. They're easy to store and put up in different spots. They're also easy to frame if you want to get a more elaborate frame around them. So pretty cool piece. And you can see the one hanging there with just a push pin on the wall. They hang really nice. So those are 4 patron points. These ones, again, 2 patron points. These are reproductions of some of my other pieces that you can pick up. And they are framed, so pretty nice pieces. Wind instruments. Pretty cool. Okay. And we also have PBL Robots. So it's a card game that I made with John Sapinski. If you like head-to-head custom games or competitive games, ones where you get a robot just like this. You can actually put a pilot into that little slot there. Slides behind there. You get to pick your pilot. The pilots have different stats, and then you get to build your robot up, similar to it shows here. You can put different arms, and as the game goes on, your robot gets stronger, and then you roll dice, similar to Risk, kind of similar to Risk, and you get to roll dice and try to blow up your opponent's robot. It's fun to build it, and there's a lot of strategy. So if you don't like strategy, it might not be the game for you, because there is a way to play it, kind of a memory style game. It's also just fun to build. It's a really good game for younger kids just because there's a lot to it and you can go through it. If you really want to play it competitively, though, it's a great tournament game. So if you have another gamer in the family, or if you know a gamer family, it's a great gift to pick up for them. And these are 5 patron points, brand new, 110 cards. I did all the illustration. So really cool. You can check out more about it on robotcardgame.com, which is our website. And it was a blast to make. And also, if you ever need, the cool thing about it is if you know me or watch my stream or anything, you can always ask questions about the game. And I'm always around, so you can ask rules questions or anything like that, and through the website as well. I also have some, for the patrons that have a lot of rewards points, you can get original large pieces. So this is just one example. In next stream, well, if anybody requests it, I guess, is what I'll do. If anybody requests some of the larger pieces, especially some of my gold level patrons, I'm happy to go through and show you some of my larger paintings as well. Again, the big issue with those is just they're a couple $100, depending on the medium and the frames. But it's the shipping that's the biggest cost. So happy to show you any of that though, because I do have a lot of larger pieces that I'm not presenting in this kind of shop setup, because only a handful of patrons really have access to the larger pieces. But I'm happy to show that off. But I am showing off a couple here. Here's one of the watercolors. Again, this would be a really difficult thing to ship, but I would figure it out if I needed to. I don't know, I'd probably take the glass out of it and then ship it and pay to have you go pick up glass from somewhere else and put it in there. Because it just would be such a pain if the glass broke. But a pain, actually, that was a good one. Didn't mean to. Accidental pun. But really cool piece. Definitely worth checking out. This is another piece that's a 200 plus, so 200 plus the frame. So, you know, somewhere in the range of what? How many? 20 patron points, 25 patron points, something like that. And again, that depends on a lot of how it gets framed and sent off. Oh, it looks like I got a message. Oh, thank you for the... Hopefully I answered your question, Chris. I didn't see that you sent that. Apologize. Yeah, and Mask Rapper asked about why his screen is buffering. I don't know why. I'm going to check my settings here. Just going to try to see if I can get... I apologize for anybody that's having any issues. Scene transition, source, frame rates. I wanted to find my frame rates. Where is that? Settings, output. Try this. All right, but I'm gonna keep going here. Again, I have a maze book. This is available for only 1 patron point. Now, a bunch of you have this already in your patron packs. So if you did leave a message saying that you wanted to be one of the maze books, it took a while because I had to get staples, and then I just haven't gotten around to shipping them yet. But this is the month you will get them. So be excited for the maze books. Here is just kind of a sample. Check that out, Dragon Maze. This is actually something I'm trying to make. I would like to publish a full maze book. So in some ways, these are kind of like the different types of mazes I can do. And some of them are more narrative than others. You'll see kind of, here's a Tongue of the Beast one, pretty cool. I love doing mazes. I like these ones that are really narrative here, like this. So a snake and a rat, kind of scary, has a poem, and you get to kind of wander through the image, try to find it. And there's a lot of hidden imagery in there as well. So kind of a fun maze. It's one of my big projects, trying to make a maze book. And one of the things I send out with these is a questionnaire just asking, which is your favorite maze, and that kind of thing. And then I'd like to try to get it published. So by getting one of these for 1 patron point, you're also helping me hopefully try to get it published. And one of the cool things about it getting published is if it does, and you were one of the ones that filled out one of those sheets, the forms asked about it, you will get credit in the actual thing. So let me see. Am I kicked off even? Let me just double check that I'm even streaming. Yeah, okay, it looks like I am still streaming. I got worried there for a second because it didn't look like... Hopefully I didn't lose too many people. It looks like I lost quite a bit, but you'll be able to check out the replay. Okay, but here's another project, another only $5, 1 patron point for this one. This is called Tales of Master Croy. It was a kind of a farce, a joke about kind of adventure comics. It's really just making fun of kind of a lot of stuff. It's mostly puns and kind of Kirby-esque adventures. And it's really crude. He seems sticking out his tongue, stuff like that. It's a crude comic book, really kind of fun. It was just done with pencil, and I did it in art history as a way to kind of like lighten the mood. It was a really dry class, and I was just trying to make my friends laugh. Managed to get through 3 whole issues of it. And for those that like kind of that kind of humor, kind of goofy, crude humor, it is exactly that. And you can pick that up for $5. There's not too many of those left. It's pretty fun. Fun adventure, very lighthearted, but not for kids. And then this is a postcards. 5 postcards for $5 for 1 patron point. You can get those. Those are some of my most popular pieces. This is actually the last Hessian illustrations that I did this years and years ago, and I don't know how I have one left, but I was selling these for $20 a piece, and they're original drawings, so you can get any one of these species, but they were all original. So there's octopus kitty angel, a luck dragon, chubby creature, or a masked hornet. And those are the 4 creatures in the world that I had created, and you can collect an original drawing of them. So that was a whole set, and I can't even remember how many I made. I either made 20 of these, but for somehow there's one left, sealed up, so you get to open it up. It's kind of cool. And the cool thing, I also had this so I could mail it to people. I'd put the stamp on there, and so I was mailing these out. It was a fun project for a while. I also have an activist comic book. It's about water rights. Pretty fun. I released this at a Comic-Con. It's basically overlaying superheroes, different tropes with activism. So you got this little cat is trying to stop this giant water bottle from drinking up all the water. So that's kind of the concept there. And he has the main character has a chainsaw for an arm. So he goes around and he saves the day. Kind of a fun comic. And then this is another comic I made. These are all for 1 patron point. Hey Megan, I didn't know you got your degree in art history. Yeah, it turned out I actually loved that class, but I had a hard time getting through the early stuff because it was all chronological. So those first, because it was a 3 class, art history 1, 2, and 3. There might have even been art history 4. And art history 1 was excruciating for me. Art history 2, and the only thing that actually got me through art history 1 was making that comic. And then art history 2 was getting a little bit better, and then I started really enjoying it, and I actually really ended up loving the teacher. I just did not like those first few classes. It just was hard for me to retain the information. But by the end of it, loved it. It was one of my favorite classes. I loved writing the papers and stuff like that, but it was tough to get through at first. This is called Cat Hole. It's a kind of a absurd story of a cat that climbs in a keyhole, and he's chased around by this robot ghost and these little insects, and goes on these adventures. It's also not really for kids. It was something I did in a 24-hour comic. It's really absurd, kind of really surreal. A lot of watercolor. It's probably one of my favorite. It's definitely my favorite of the 24-hour comics I did. Some great stuff, but you have to kind of like the absurdity. The narrative is a little unclear. Like it's very visual narrative storytelling. But I really liked it. It's kind of weird the way your mind works doing a 24-hour comic, because you are getting more exhausted as you go. So it's kind of weird. Here's another original framed up. This one's actually smaller, a little bit smaller, but with the frame, still $200 total. So that includes the frame. The shipping would be extra, so $200 at 20 patron points. So again, the larger pieces are mainly for the gold level patron members. But I want to make sure to show those off, because also some people might consider becoming a gold patron, or also if you wait a really long time as a silver patron, you're going to have enough points to pick up one of the big pieces, which would be really cool. So you're welcome to also keep saving up points for that if you don't want to pick. Your points don't disappear. They just kind of build up slowly over time. Check these out. These are Bearded Bunny stickers. Now they're a little fragile, but you get 3 for $5, which are 1 patron point. So 3 for 1 patron point. Teddy one. They're really cool. They're not things that you can put on, you know, outside or anything like that. They'll get beat up really fast, but you can kind of the ink will scrape off. But you get 3 of them, and if you see one that you really like, you're welcome to shout it out so that if you pick this as one of your rewards. But yeah, there's an octopus one I like. Octopus bunny. Wings. Cringer from Masters of the Universe. Teddy bear. Pig. There you go, Megan. That's a good one for you. I feel like you have that. You might have that one already. Back when you were supporting me before, I feel like you might have that. I have a couple magnets available. Just $5 for these. They're just prints of my punk kitties. Pretty fun. Just watercolor prints. I have a couple of these little books that I made that are sticky notes. So you can actually, they're kind of handmade books that you can write sticky notes in. That's 1 patron point. These are 4 patron points. These are handmade patches on canvas. So you could sew these onto like a back of a jacket or a shirt or something like that. They're pretty big. They're pretty cool. You could also you could definitely ink wash these or something. So definitely something, if somebody wants a project, this could be a good one to color these. I really like them. They all, I like the idea of these animal warriors that have their own languages. So just really kind of had a lot of fun with these. And I made a series of 4, and I only have the turtle and the owl left. The other 2 sold. And they are originals, so it's like a cool way to get an original piece. The owl's pretty cool. Especially if you, they'd be good to hang too on something, which would be really cool. Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Great. Let me write it down here as well. Yeah, good call. And I got a couple of the, do I have 1 or 2 drawings that I set aside for you from the other streams? Do you remember? Just let me know. I know I have 1. I might have 2 for you. That were just freebie add-ons, as long as I can ship them. I think there are 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have 1 that I didn't have labeled, which I thought was for you. So just I'll send you a picture before I ship them with all your stuff together, and you could just verify to me. Okay. Got a couple more of the canvas prints. Yeah, the canvas prints would have these 4 or 5. Yeah, 5 patron points for these guys. These are some of my most popular of prints. I haven't even gone through my book yet of prints, so I'll do that next. But yeah, so these are really nice to frame, really high quality reproductions. Look great. They're ready to hang, really. I don't even think you need to do anything to them. Just put a push pin on the wall and they hang up great, just like that one is hanging up. So yeah, I didn't even go through this the first round through. I kind of forgot. Let me pull the chair over. I guess I'll just sit. So check out some of these. Got the masked hornets, and these are reproductions. 10 a piece, unframed. And there are different sizes. Some of them are harder to frame than others. And these ones, some people really enjoyed these guys when I did the streams earlier. I did reproductions of them, so the originals were available for pretty inexpensive, and you can pick up prints for 10. Here's some of the postcards. These are a couple of prints. So this is I like this print. It says, "May the seeds of our mind grow to save the world." This orange one here. So there's only a limited number. I made 22 of those, so you can pick up one of those. Those ones are 20, so 4 patron points, because they are limited. This is an original drawing. I actually really like that one. 4 patron points, but it's kind of a crude. It's kind of childlike. It was made in one of the kids' classes, trying to just get the kids to be really loose and have a lot of fun with their art. And ended up making something I really liked. Some of the repeats. This is actually a miniature art hunt kit. You can take that and you can cut it up and hide art in your home. Kind of fun. Here's the Politics of Plants, one of my most popular series there. It's like a 3-part series. Pretty fun. Got a couple of prints, and you saw some of these earlier. These are kind of more linoleum prints. Here's these are some of the creatures that these are reproductions of the ones that were in that the Hessian illustrations, the masked hornets that were in those. So these are actually reproductions. So somebody's got the originals of these. Hey, David! Yeah, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Appreciate that so much. That's awesome. Yes, thank you. Okay. That's really cool. And then here's, as you can see, that's another reproduction of the one that I have on the wall behind me. That's a $10 one because it's not a framed up canvas, or not a canvas. And again, reproductions of some of the ones that kind of do some of the same ones. Yeah, it means a lot, David. It really does help me out. So thank you so much for doing that. For anyone else that has Amazon Prime, consider subscribing to me on Twitch, because it's free for the Amazon Prime person, but it gives me the like a subscription thing. So it's awesome for me. So there's a couple other reproductions. There's that Turnstile Thursday again, Artist in the Studio, a watercolor, and kind of an abstract face. A couple more, and I have the original of this. I made a lot of these still lifes with fish. And that one, let's see what turtle one you're talking about. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, it's cool. It's made with a little bit of a glossy, you can't really tell on this, but it's kind of like bronze paint or gold, silver, gold, and pink. So it's a really neat, it's made with spray paint. Yeah. So doing 10 on any of those, or 2 patron points for that. And I made a lot of these still lifes. Yeah, only 10, David, for that one. It's limited to 20, I believe. Yeah, limited to 20. And 2 patron points. I think you're caught up with your patron points, but if you wanted to do some either add additional or use some, you're caught up on your patron points, but you have still some credit left from the Project 2020 stuff. So you still have that, which I guess I could just transfer them back into patron points if you'd like. So if you'd like that, just let me know. But I did a lot of these still lifes, the fish still lifes, and they were really popular for a while. I was selling those a lot. Kind of took a break from those, but I still have some prints left. Now we're back to the beginning. So those, pretty much everything in there was 10. Some more of the $10 reproductions, 4x6. This was a linoleum cut, and this is a graphic illustration that I colored on the computer. I like it. And yeah, I'm gonna highlight my the painting I just finished, which is the featured, called Ponder. This is the one that I spent a lot of time doing on Twitch. So the people that have joined and watched have seen me kind of create this one. I had started it, but I really got to finish it live on Twitch, which was really fun, and I got a lot of good feedback from people. And then that's how I ended up coming up with the card here, which is the monthly card. Pretty cool. And again, if you are just joining me, you can win the 1 of 1. I made one, so I make 35 of the print, but I made one of the gold ones. Anybody watching is willing to, or can enter the contest to win this. If you haven't already, you can just write gold prize in the chat, and you would be entered to win. And I'm going to do a drawing here at the end in 1 hour, so I've got 1 hour left. Okay, so that's the end of round 2 going through everything. Any questions anybody has about certain stuff? I'm gonna, for the video, I recorded that version and I'm gonna stop this one. But if you want to watch, should be on Twitch, you can watch the full version, but I'm gonna stop the video here so that I can make, I can post it up on YouTube and people from the Patreon can watch it back. And you're welcome to watch it anytime. And go ahead and head to my Twitch if you want to. In that 1 week period, you get to watch back any of the videos that I've streamed, as long as they're not corrupt. But there we go.